get technical with me.
Sometimes. So anywho, what'd you think of Ant-Man there, kid? Initial thought, nothing too,
Nothing too spoilery.
Fine. I mean, you both saw the movie. This is gonna. I don't give a shit. Spoil away.
Well, no. So the story was absolutely fantastic, and one of the main things I liked about the story was the fact that they didn't have a villain. They had an antagonist in Ghost, and they had an antagonist in Sonny Birch.
Yeah.
But they didn't have an actual concrete bad person.
I guess you would call Ghost a bad guy, but at the same time,
But she was a bad guy, like how Loki has turned into a bad guy, like she's or like how Bushmaster in Luke Cage, season 2 was. She's written to be so sympathetic that by the end of it, you're kind of rooting for her instead of rooting against her.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. No, yeah, I thought the story was great too. I agree. I think overall, they really wrote a good flick on how they tied in from where Civil War ended and why Scott Lang has been absent even in Infinity War.
Absolutely.
Now you know why. Because it was going on the same time Infinity War was happening.
Yeah. Yep.
So
I like the fact that Michael Douglas didn't have to, explain half the things that are going on. Like you were dropped into the movie, and Hank, you already know who Hank Pym was, so you didn't have to get this boring exposition from him.
Yeah, there's no background. You got to fill in.
I also enjoyed the fact that he's such a good actor that they were actually they actually gave him something to work with, not only in terms of the Hank Pym character, but in terms of where the Hank Pym character can go from here. Because at the end of the movie, he's wearing an old Ant-Man suit to go into the quantum realm. So, if they wanted to revisit Hank Pym as an actual, Avenger in the early 60s or the 70s or 80s or whatever, if they want to go back and do something like that, they can. So they planted seeds for it as well.
Right.
Same thing with Evangeline Lilly. I thought the Wasp character was extremely well written. She played the part perfectly.
I'm gonna just have to say something real quick. I love strong female character lead, and she was another one.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they can say all they want about Brie Larson and Captain Marvel being the first female-led Marvel film, but I could honestly say that I think Evangeline Lilly playing the Wasp, she was the lead character in this film, I think.
Yeah,
I think
in
Scott,
many ways she
Scott
was.
Obviously, if you had to bill it one way or another, I think it's 50-50.
Yeah,
if not a little more towards the Wasp,
I thought the humor was there. Paul Rudd was at his absolute Paul Ruddiness.
The Rudster.
Yeah. The couple lines that he's when they're talking in the ex-con office, and they're saying like, well, we can do the quantum energy, and then this, and then Paul Rudd just stops and says, "Do you guys put the word quantum in front of everything just to make yourselves sound smarter than you actually are, or does this actually mean something? Are you guys just messing with me at this point?"
Right, that's funny as hell.
Louise was great. I mean, we got another exposition story out of him, especially with the truth serum. I mean, that whole entire scene was just magic. It was great.
That's truth serum. No, it's not. Yeah,
if it walk like duck and talk like a duck, it is truth serum.
Right. I think the beauty of films like Ant-Man is like they know what they are, right? Like they know this is what they're gonna do. This is how they're gonna show it, and we're not gonna try to bend that. We're not gonna try to go off. They don't need to change what they do because they do it so well.
Yeah.
They're not Thor trying to be Ragnarok. They're Ant-Man trying to be Ant-Man, and that's what I like about it. The humor is right on key the whole damn film, and it's really, really, really funny.
I think one of the best parts is that my expectations were exceeded exponentially because
Right. Yeah.
I knew that this was going to be, you know, a happy-go-lucky movie after the downer of Infinity War, but like I didn't expect a blockbuster Tom Cruise Mission Impossible, you know, action thriller.
It,
You
if
know,
you really
and
look
so
at the film, it was action packed almost the whole damn thing.
well,
It
you
really
know what
didn't.
I mean, though.
Yeah, but I mean, it kept your attention.
Yeah,
Like it wasn't
absolutely.
slow, and even the slow parts, the humor made up for it. The parts that did get slowed down, like when they were at the
Yeah,
university talking to Bill Forster, was his name, or
Foster.
Bill Foster. You
Yeah,
know, or the spots where they're talking with the FBI agents, or or they're at Scott's apartment. Like those spots where they're not fighting things, or they're not shrinking down or whatever. They were funny and they kept your attention. So I loved it. I mean, the pace of the movie was great. I was enthralled for an hour and 30 minutes or 40 minutes, however long it was.
what did you think of the special effects?
I I think they're great.
I think
I'm a
they
nitpicker on this shit, and I think it was great.
the scenes in the quantum realm were the colors that they used were absolutely brilliant.
Right.
And you know, normally I'm not a fan of that de-aging technology that they use in films nowadays. But
They do it
the
so
first
well,
couple
though.
the first couple I mean it was so piss poor in Civil War with Robert Downey Jr. It got better in the first Ant-Man with Michael Douglas, and it got even better in this one. I mean, like
Oh,
Michelle
Michelle
Pfeiffer
Pfeiffer.
looked like she was, you know,
She,
ready to suit up as
yeah,
Catwoman,
she did. She looked
you
great.
know?
She looked great.
And it gives me hope that in Captain Marvel, when you've got Samuel L. Jackson and Clark Gregg, Agent Coulson, Phil,
Yeah, but I think
um,
even with those two characters, if they go back even to the '80s, you know, you throw some hair on Clark Gregg, on Coulson, you give
but that,
you
but
give.
that's the beauty, though. You don't really need to do much to either of
No,
them.
you don't. You don't do much to anything. Sam Jackson, I'm sure some makeup's gonna help him look a little younger, but he doesn't need that help. He looks pretty damn good as it is. So
I know.
I don't think they're not gonna have to do a lot of that. Hopefully,
But like I said, it just gives me hope that you know it's just gonna make Captain Marvel just that much better
yeah. I mean,
as a film.
I'm kind of bummed that we have to wait until my birthday until it comes out.
Does it come out on your birthday?
It does.
Oh wow! Happy birthday to you, man.
I'll take Brie Larson on my birthday any day of the week.
Uh who wouldn't really? I mean, who doesn't love
Judges,
themselves some Brie Larson?
tell me about it.
No, we'll accept it. The French judge gave you a 2, though.
He's a dick. I hate that guy.
I know, right? Those damn French.
So I mean, yeah,
But
it was a great
to
film.
give you to put it in perspective, my favorite MCU film is The Winter Soldier.
Right.
And I liked this film just as much as I liked The Winter Soldier for very different reasons, but I liked it as much as I liked The Winter. I mean, it's also got a personal connection with me because I, you know,
It does.
with the family dynamic between Paul Rudd or between Scott Lang and Cassie Lang,
Winter Soldier.
and the fact that I have a young daughter who I also call Peanut,
Right.
and you know,
We'll come back to that in a minute.
I
want to ask you about
identify
her,
with
but,
that storyline very very much so. So
I mean, I think up there with the Marvel films. So what is this, number 20? Is the 20th film?
this is 21.
No, because 18 was Black Panther, and then 19 would have been Infinity
Well, yeah,
War.
this is their 20th film, man.
Yeah.
Their hour.
So, I mean, you just said Civil War or Winter Soldier is your favorite one.
Yes.
Man, what is mine? I know we talked about this, didn't we?
I don't think we have.
I think
like,
we did. Did we do like a top 5 or some shit like that?
That's entirely fine.
If I had to pick one, gun to my head, damn, Ragnarok was pretty damn good, man.
It is good. That's my number 3.
Maybe Infinity War right after that. But I think this was right up there. I mean, it's right there. 1A, 2A, or 1A, 1B, 3B, or damn it, 1C. Ugh!
That sounds like it should be part of 2.
God
2A.
damn it.
We'll do it 2A.
We'll go 2A.
All right.
Yes.
Save
So-
Stop Ghost 2A. Okay, check.
Right. No, I mean, when I looked at that film, I texted you and I was like, "Damn, this thing was good." And
Yeah, I mean,
I did not say that when I left Black Panther. Um, you know, obviously the movies before that, we weren't doing this type of thing, so I wasn't trying to tell you how I was feeling, but
yeah.
I didn't feel that way when I left Guardians of the Galaxy, and I didn't feel that way when I left Volume 2, or with the original Ant-Man. This one was definitely way better than the original Ant-Man.
Oh yeah, light years.
And I, what you're saying about um, Winter Soldier, that to me that felt less like a comic book film and more like a film.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I know
because
exactly. I
all
mean,
the
it sounds
characters
weird
were
to say,
so
but
grounded in reality. Like,
yeah,
I mean, obviously there's CG effects going on, but at the same time, they're not in outer space. They're not in different universes. There's no quantum realms. No one's shrinking. No one's
yeah.
growing. They're not gods. There's no flying hammers. There's no crazy shit going on. It's just an action film,
Yep.
plain old action film, and that is the reason why I think Winter Soldier to me resonates so much because it's so grounded in reality.
It is. I mean, like
Uh oh.
literally just
Uh oh.
talking about it
Hold
now.
on. Hold on.
I
Hold on. What's the score?
it is the score of the Tiger game now is Detroit 8, Tampa Bay 9, and the Tigers have 2 outs. Oh no, now it's 9-9 because they just had an error. So the game is tied up. Tigers have 2 outs, and we've got men on second and third.
No shit.
Yeah, no, true story.
Sorry. Yeah, so I think we're both in agreement that Ant-Man was pretty Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah,
Thumbs up?
no, yes, you get it gets 2 thumbs up.
Does it get two bros up? I think you want to say that, don't you?
Yes, yeah, we give it 2 bros up.
Remember I said that and you're like, don't ever say that again.
Oh yeah, no, that's whenever I say don't ever say that again. What I really mean is we need to make sure we include it in every single movie we review.
It's two bros up right here.
It's 2 bros
Actually,
up.
it's four bros up because we each give two bros up. So it's four bros.
4 bros. You get 4 bros.
Jesus Christ. All right, yes, we are now totally fucking idiots. Four bros.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing at all. I'm perfectly fine being an idiot.
So
Been an idiot
so
my
we
whole
thought we both enjoyed the movie. We both think it's at least in the top 5 of our movies. Let's talk about the post-credit scene.
Right. So
Now the second post-credit scene we can talk about and just get out of the way. It's you were right. You were both
I was right
correct in both of your.
my Reddit thing I read was right, asshole.
I heard a lot of groans when I saw the second post-credit scene.
That's what I heard too, and I'm just like, what do you expect?
Yeah, I know, right?
Captain Marvel will show up and like step into the screen. All you see is like a foot or something. Like, what do you want?
Yeah, yeah.
If you ask me, the mid-credit scene, was enough for 2 movies worth of mid-credit scenes because I've seen some shitty ones. So, and like, the mid-credit scene really puts the perspective of why Ant-Man was not in Infinity War. Because now you know.
Yeah.
Because he was fucking caught up, in the damn quantum realm.
Yep.
And so, like I said, they're doing their experiments. Scott goes into the quantum realm to get the quantum energy, and while he's in there, Thanos snaps his fingers, and everyone else turns to dust or ash, and he's stuck in the quantum realm. Booyah! Sets up Infinity War, the next one, or at least
how important the quantum realm was going to be in Infinity War.
Yeah, of course, and if you really caught it carefully, Michelle Pfeiffer's character does say to Scott, "Do not get caught in a time vortex."
Yeah.
So now he's stuck in the quantum realm, and I'm pretty sure this time vortex is going to suck him in somehow, and I don't know what's going to happen. But I think that's
here's the thing. Does the time vortex that Janet was talking about, does it A, cause Ant-Man to jump through time 5 years from the point of which the snapshot happened, or does he stay in the quantum realm for 5 years, gaining that quantum energy quite like Janet did? So does the time vortex, does he immediately enter out of the quantum realm through that time vortex right when the snapshot happens, which dumps him out 5 years later, which is when Avengers 4 is supposed to pick up?
Right.
Or does Scott Lang stay in the quantum realm for 5 years, absorbing that quantum energy, then come out of the quantum realm, and then his quantum energy that he has within him, is that what the Avengers use the quantum realm for that time vortex to go back in time or into different realities to get the gems to help the Avengers defeat Thanos in Infinity War?
All right, so I'm going to quickly sum up there what you just said. I think that's going to happen. My initial thought is that he is going to jump out in the future in 5 years, but at the same time, it's a different reality what we know. Henceforth, why Hawkeye is no longer Hawkeye; he's now Ronin.
Okay,
He's a different character.
gotcha.
So I do think that he's going to jump out in a different reality. And
Interesting.
that's the reasoning why Hawkeye wasn't present either. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happened to Hawkeye. He's now in this other reality, so it doesn't really matter. At least as far as Avengers 4 is concerned.
Yeah.
So
well,
I think and you saw Michelle Pfeiffer use it on Ghost. Quantum energy. When you're stuck in the quantum realm, quantum energy changes you.
Yeah.
So somehow it's gonna affect him somehow. So when he comes out, he's not the same person that he was when he went in, obviously. Plus, he's gonna have quantum energy with him in his little capsule thing.
Exactly.
And they're gonna use that somehow to. I hate using the word time travel, but I guess it's like the only good way to use it. I think they're going to use it somehow to go back in time, like you said, to stop Thanos from getting the Infinity Stones. Not when Thanos acquires them, but at different spots in time to grab them for themselves.
Like in the Battle of New York, or showing up at the Collector's place when the Asgardians are dropping off the Reality Stone in the first place. Kind of cutting everything off at the pass.
Yeah. And it doesn't really mean, but even if they do that, that doesn't mean that Thanos can't come and get them later. So they have to use the stones in a certain way to stop Thanos. So they have to get them all. They can't just. Oh my gosh! Oh. So
exciting.
You think about the possibilities of how are they going to get the Soul Stone?
Well, my initial knee-jerk reaction to that was that in order to possess, my guess is that Iron Man is going to kill Cap, or Cap is going to kill Iron Man. One of them is going to kill each other in order to possess the Soul Stone.
Well, that would mean that first of all, someone has to they have to be able to wear the gauntlet, right? Here's another thing. What if they don't even have to have a gauntlet? They just have to have the stones in some, they don't have to wear it. They just have to have them combined in some kind of, I don't know. Now I'm thinking outside the box. But you have to give up something you love. So, does Captain love Tony? And Tony,
of course they love each other.
I feel like it had to be something a little more personal, like Tony killing Pepper, or there's no good relationships in this damn film, so it's like, how is that going to happen? So something's got to change there. I'm not really sure what it is. Like my voice.
How are they going to get?
So I talk over here.
How are they going to get to Vormir? And when they get to Vormir, and Cap sees who is going to lead him to the Soul Stone.
Yeah.
Don't you think there's going to be a little animosity at that point?
Oh yeah, with the Red Skull.
Yeah.
Now who's getting the last laugh? God.
Right.
Yeah. So many theories. So
I know.
I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, of course, I'm probably going to be spoiled for the most part. I did keep a good watch on what I was watching. Getting my hints and tips.
But even if you know what the ending is going to be, isn't part of the fun the journey that you take to see it?
Yeah, but I didn't know what the ending of Infinity War was, and I read a whole bunch of shit online. And some of it, bits and pieces were true. But it wasn't like anything spoilery. The only huge spoiler for me would have been knowing the ending. Thanos snapped his finger, and
But we kind of knew that was going to
We
happen.
knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
if somebody would have spoiled it and said, the Red Skull is going to give the Soul Stone to Thanos, I'd be like, what?
What the fuck? Did you notice that the gauntlet, after Thanos snaps his finger, is like demolished?
Yeah. Well, when you use, that much power, it's going to have an effect on you, and it's going to have an effect on the circumstances of which you use it. So, I mean,
but does that mean that the gauntlet's probably trash now? They can't use it again?
No, I'm sure you can probably still use it.
I don't know. That thing's fucked up.
I mean, you get into a car accident, you wreck your car. I mean, you might be able to still drive that car afterwards. You might need to do a little bit of repairing on it.
It's never the same car.
This is true. But if movies like The Fast and the Furious have taught me anything, is that you can wreck a car
in 17, you can fucking launch that car ways. 30 feet in the air, smash it down nose first, and drive off with a goddamn booze before Boss Hog catches you down the road.
You're damn right.